After just 10 teams took the field during the first 2 weeks of the season, USL League One rounds out its own starting 11 this evening as Orlando City B makes its 2020 debut on the road against South Georgia Tormenta FC, and it's all presented to you by Durance Lane. From Irk Russell Park in Statesboro, Georgia, I'm Joe Malfa, pleased to be with you for some League One fun on ESPN+. This is the final matchup of Tormenta's season-opening 3-game homestand, and they're looking to finally break into the win column after draws in each of their first 2 matchups. They will look to rely on Marco Micheletto to be their man up top to help get them those 3 points. He scored a goal in their season-opening draw against Chattanooga, and he scored 2 goals the last time they met up with Orlando City B. He is tonight's Davis Marketing player to watch for all that he brings to this Tormenta FC attack. They will rely on him for just about every attack going forward, and they will hope he can bring them those 3 points against an OCB side debuting here in 2020. A lot of new players on this team this year, and a new man in charge in Marcelo Neveleth. The man who was in charge of their academy last year also helms the team this season as the head coach, and they're looking to improve upon last year's season, which saw them at the bottom of the table, 4-20-4, with just 23 goals scored as a team. But it's a team that has over half the players that are new faces, and they don't really remember last year. They only care about being hungry for wins here in 2020, and they are amped up, ready to go to make their debut right here tonight in Statesboro, Georgia, and it's all coming right up. South Georgia Tormenta FC versus OCB right here on ESPN+.
Are you suffering from hip or knee pain? Don't let the pain hold you back. The region's most experienced robotic joint replacement team at Optum Health System offers an individually tailored approach that is more precise and creates smaller incisions. For you, that can mean a faster recovery with less pain. Your comeback starts here. Call today to find out if robotic-assisted joint replacement is right for you.
Why contact a marketing agency?
Is it to see this guy scribble on a whiteboard or to listen to the ins and outs of marketing?
Or is it to partner with a group of creatives who will connect you to them and grow your brand?
Here, we join with you to push your business to new heights.
It's not about the us, but about the us and how we can get your brand out there and connect and become their favorite.
We are the planners, doers, designers, and engagers who cut the crap and just make it happen.
We are Davis Creative Group.
Advertising can be overwhelming, but with one expert contact for your entire cross-media campaigns, it becomes really simple. We identify exactly the customers you want to reach the most, and then use the latest technology to deliver your message to them wherever they are, optimizing the results of your marketing efforts. Let us be a part of your team and put our resources to work for you. Call today and let us show you what Via Media can do for your business.
Joe Malfa back here with you at Irk Russell Park in Statesboro, Georgia. Let's take a look now at the Durance Lane starting lineup for South Georgia Tormenta FC.
Equality, and compassion. Please join us for a 15-second moment of silence as we are all united against racism.
That lineup now presented to you by Durance Lane. It's similar to what we've seen in the first couple of matchups between South Georgia this season, but a couple of key changes at the back. Phelps makes his return to the lineup, as does Reese Williams last year with Lansing Ignite in USL League One. Those two come back in, as does Devin Jamga making his debut this season. And the man up top, Pato Boteo Faz, the man to watch this evening alongside Marco Micheletto. On the flip side for Orlando City B, so many new faces compared to last season. Moises Tablante, Austin Amer are two guys who were holdovers from last year. And the man in net, Austin Avisa, high hopes for him for this Orlando squad, 44th overall pick in 2020. The United Soccer League, all 47 of its clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Please join us for a 15-second moment of silence as we are all united against racism. And we are underway here in Statesboro, Georgia. Tormenta in the blue going from right to left, Orlando in the whites from left to right. Both teams look to play a heavy possession game. They want their opponents to submit to them. It's something that came up in conversations with both John Milleracey of Tormenta and Marcelo Nevelev of Orlando this week in conversations. They both want to possess. Which team will be able to get the upper hand in that aspect early on? Back on Tuesday night when Tormenta played Richmond, they had a heavy possession in their favor in the first half. It was 63% at halftime. It fell to 55 by the end of the game, but they are early on here settling back into that same wave of possession they enjoyed early on Tuesday night. High pressure here from Orlando as Kennedy nearly got all the way in on Hara there. So many young faces in this Orlando squad ready to run up top. Already putting this back line of Tormenta under some heavy pressure early on. Stefan Muller on the ball there was Tuesday night's man of the match. Looking to put in another solid shift tonight. Now moving over to the left side after he was slotted in the middle. But with the return of Phelps, he's able to swing out to the left side. Early foul here. Goes against Reese Williams, making his 2020 debut. 24-year-old from Weston, Florida. Started 12 matches of 22 appearances last season for Lansing Ignite. That ball did cross the line. Teams were unsure of whether or not it curled back in on time. John Milleracey was happy to see 2 points up on the table for Tormenta after their first two matchups. They were very depleted in both of those matchups. Only 2 available subs. Early rash of injuries plus an early rash of quarantines after positive COVID tests left them as limited as you can be on the bench. So he's very happy tonight to see a full allotment of substitutes available for him, as well as a couple of those new faces in the starting lineup to help give a breather to the guys who have put in so many minutes through 2 matchups. And a nice tackle there, wins the ball initially before the whistle for the foul goes against Wilfredo Rivera. Rather, that's Moises Tablante. Skelton looks long and finds his man Jamga. First touch for him in his 2020 debut. Man missing from the starting lineup tonight, Ricardo Gomez has been a linchpin in the middle of the midfield for this Tormenta squad, but he gets to rest tonight on the bench, available, after putting in a pair of 90-minute shifts so far this season. Nicoletto finds Pato Boteo Faz. Meyer in the box, but the flag goes up on him, and Joshua Belk now recognizes that Osman Hernandez did pop the flag on that far side. Now, while Milleracey was happy with those 2 points in those first two matchups, given the circumstances, he said his team was very disappointed. Not in their performance, because they played well. Disappointed that they didn't ultimately get the 3 points. They felt they deserved 3 points in both of those opening matchups. The 2-2 draw against Chattanooga and the 0-0 draw against Richmond this past Tuesday night. But they were unable to come through with 3 points in either. Danny Jackson, also on the bench tonight, got a goal in the 91st minute to secure that first draw against Chattanooga. And again, while they're happy with 2 points, considering the circumstances, they felt they deserved more, and they're hoping to get 3 for the first time tonight against OCB. But something on here. Rivera pushes through, taken down, and there's the whistle from Belk. A free kick in a dangerous spot here for the Lions. Another look here at the replay brought to you by the Island in Statesboro. Takedown from Skelton at the very end there. Belk was talking to him. And Belk did show Skelton a yellow while we took a look at that replay. So already in the book. Skelton picked up a yellow the other night as well. Tormenta did deal with an early yellow on Tuesday. It was Muller, the guilty party. He stands now in the wall next to Skelton, as there is a pride of Lions standing over this free kick. Tablante. Seems poised to take it. He feints. It's Rodas, and it's blocked by the wall. Mateo Rodas, the experienced center back, fancied his chances there. Now he has to get back as Micheletto springs the attack for Tormenta. Neil Viñals, the Spaniard, finds Jamga in space on the left wing. Muller making the run. Backside of the box and headed away for the moment by OCB. Obinwa fancies his chances from deep, and that one goes wide. Tormenta FC would like to thank the Islands for being the apartment complex their players call home. Austin Avisa, the 23-year-old out of Medway, Massachusetts, set to get this one going once again. Plays short under immediate pressure with Meyer giving chase. Carabali had to just get rid of it. Mikey Halliday, the homegrown signing, gives it away. Boteo Faz, beautiful slide tackle by Carabali, but back to Pato. And now Micheletto stands tall on it before he is knocked down. Moises Tablante draws the ire of Joshua Belk. Micheletto takes his time to get up before a helping hand from tonight's referee. Chance to whip it a free kick from a dangerous position here for Tormenta. Micheletto already has 1 goal in his account so far this year, scored twice when these teams met last year on July 24th. It was the last time these teams met in 2019. Tormenta won the season series, 2 wins and a draw in their 3 matchups with OCB. The service from Micheletto. Headed away. Mateo Rodas, second time he's been involved, 1 time on each end. Had the free kick into the wall, and the captain, this time cleaning it up on the back end. 21-year-old out of Bogota, Colombia. Signed from Tigres in Mexico. Over 50 games of experience down in Colombia with Barranquilla. This cross chipped in, headed away. Looked to be Rodas again. Meyer tries from distance. And that one will not test. Austin Avisa. New England Revolution Academy product launches the goal kick. Devin Jamga has been in the thick of things early on in his 2020 debut. Once again in possession. Deployed as a left winger tonight in John Milleracey's starting 11. Surging ball in, does not quite get to Luca Meyer. Wilfredo Rivera looking to find a ball in for OCB. But it's dealt with by Muller. Micheletto always dangerous on that right wing. Couldn't gain possession there. OCB having a tough time finding the channels through this Tormenta defense. Again, another team that wants to build out of the back, maybe something now. Rivera tries to thread it through inside to Kennedy, can't get it there. Muller once again able to clear. Pato gives chase as the defenders figure it out at the back. Rodas tried to get it out wide, but Pato is there. He has been buzzing up top so far for Tormenta this evening. As Nico Callahan gets set to put this one back into play. Micheletto taken down again, and he earns a second free kick in the early stages of this one. Ball at his feet a few times early on. OCB players flocking to him. And on the Islands replay, you see taken down by the sideline. Another dangerous area for Tormenta to whip in a free kick. That left foot of Muller set to whip this one in as Avisa tries to sort out his defense. Blocked. Rivera doesn't even let that one get in. Again blocked. And the flag now up on Phelps for offside after that Meyer shot was blocked. Take a look now at the Hampton Inn keys of the game. For Tormenta, it's just keeping that back line strong. A couple of new faces in it this evening, but it has held sturdy so far in the first couple games this year. And for OCB, it's keeping up that high pressure that you saw the back line struggle with in the first minute or two for Tormenta. Now it's the OCB back line struggling under pressure as Meyer gives chase. Another key for OCB is just going to be meshing. So many new faces on this roster this year. A lot of academy products. A couple of pros signed in there. A team with a totally new direction and identity this year with Marcelo Nevelev at the helm. The man who was in charge of their academy last year, still is. Now serves as the perfect bridge, they hope, between their MLS side, who is having some tremendous success right now in the MLS's back tournament, and their academy. They want this place to be a breeding ground for talent, for that first team to use in the MLS. Surging ball in, doesn't find feet. as Jose Quintero watches it go back to Pablo Jara. But Marcelo Nevelet has conversations regularly, he says 3 times a week, with Oscar Pareja, head coach of Orlando City in the MLS. And they are constantly talking about how to play, which guys are impressing, always in tune with each other to see how they can help each other by sending players down to get minutes as needed, calling players up if they're really showing out here in League One. That side knocked off LAFC in penalties last night in the MLS's back tournament. One of the first players that spent the preseason with the first team, though now is with this League One side in this game, is Austin Avisa. They wanted to just get him as many minutes as possible, and they knew that being with this League One squad would help him achieve that. Their 44th overall pick in this last draft. Philosophically, Nevelet wants to play the exact same style of play that Pareja plays on the first team. So this way, as players transition from the MLS team to the League One team and vice versa, everybody knows their roles, and the transition is seamless. As Skelton deals with this one at the back, and Muller finds Obinwa in the middle. It's a condensed 16-game season, but Nevelet is still looking to really help the development of these players in this shortened campaign. For most teams, it's 16 games in 15 weeks. For Orlando, it's 16 games in 13 weeks because they happen to have the bye week. Again, an odd number of 11 teams. One team is out every week. Orlando was that team. So this is their first bit of action. So 16 games in 13 weeks for them. Nevelet is still looking to get as much out of them as possible. A big year for growth, he hopes, for this OCB side. Callahan, a big part of that. 57th overall pick in this last draft, so 2 draft picks on that backside for OCB. Callahan on the ball now, and Avisa between the posts. Benoit called for the foul on Rivera. The 16-year-old academy product out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. A very young team for OCB. Their oldest player is a 24-year-old. They've got a couple of 23-year-olds, and the rest just goes down from there. Five teenagers in tonight's starting lineup. One of them right there, and Jose Quintero. As he knocks it out, and Muller gets it back in, with Miller AC pacing those sidelines on the bottom of your screen for Tormenta. Quarter of an hour gone. Both teams easing into this one as OCB tries to find their legs here in their first appearance of 2020. Joe Malfa here with you on ESPN+. Nicoletto looks to play long. Has his man in Jamga making the run down the wing. Dealt with by Halliday. And it's a goal kick. Tormenta wanted a corner, but Halliday dealt with it well. Another one of those teenagers, the 17-year-old out of Apopka, Florida. Second youngest homegrown signing in franchise history. As Jamga walks back down the field after giving that one chase. Nevelet had high praise for Mikey Halliday, who just made that play. Believes he is one of the best 1v1 defenders they have in the program. Sees him as a guy who can just run and run and run for 90 minutes end to end, help the team offensively, do his job defensively, and turn defense into offense. Joined Orlando's academy for the U13 side back in 2016 and has just been a rising star ever since as he gets set to throw the ball in. Phelps lays back, and now it goes back to Pablo Jara. His long ball can't quite get to Micheletto. Pato gives chase, puts that back line under duress. But Mateo Rodas able to work out of it, with O'Callahan now getting it further up the pitch. Taken down, Wilfredo Rivera. Skelton already on a yellow, committed that foul there as OCB plays quickly. Halliday going up the wing, taken down by Jamga, and the cross was knocked away. Open space now down this right side if Tormenta had the chance to exploit it with Halliday making that run, but OCB able to regain possession. Pato finds Meyer. Micheletto wants it out wide and gets it. First touch almost betrays him, but he's able to gather himself. Optum Healthcare is the official team doctor of Tormenta FC. No ball kids here in 2020, as per health protocols, as Halliday goes out to get this one on his own. Looks to be quite all right after taking that spill on the other end a moment ago on the slide tackle from Jamga. Phelps put under heavy pressure by Kennedy. Kennedy hasn't touched the ball much so far for OCB, but they view him as a stereotypical, prototypical number 9 in this offense. A big-bodied, 6'2", 170-pound target striker. As Micheletto goes the other way, finds Jamga in space. Back towards Micheletto, the header from distance, but never troubling Avisa on that one. Quintero goes down, allows Obinwa to hold on to possession. Muller. Now to Viñals. The 23-year-old Spaniard plays back to Skelton. Working on a yellow card, gives this one away. Tablante, one of the stars of last year's team for OCB, finds Rivera, but he can't get it to the feet of Kennedy. Jamga, a nice chip up to Pato. One-on-one with Caraballi. And the defender does well to shield Pato for the moment, but his clearance doesn't quite hit it right. Pato sends in the cross. No one crashing towards it for Tormenta. Kennedy trying to use that big body to get in. Doesn't do so legally, though. Commits the foul. And Obinwa gets set to play quick. Reese Williams. Obinwa. Can't quite get it out to Williams, but it's out for another Tormenta throw. This team had 18 shots on Tuesday night against Richmond in that 0-0 draw. 8 of those shots on target. Akira Fitzgerald did a tremendous job for Richmond to keep it a 0-0 scoreline, as did Pablo Hara. He only faced 2 shots on target and made 2 spectacular saves in that one. Williams looking for Pato. He puts the hands on his head. He knew that would have been a great opportunity if it could have squeaked by Mateo Rodas. The defender was there. Meyer takes his space, dances past a couple defenders, has a go, and it's punched away. Fingertips by Avisa. Might have been on track for the lower corner. Another look at it now on the Island's replay. As Meyer did well to find himself some space. Might have been heading to that corner. Avisa takes no chances and sets up a corner brought to you by the Sack Company. Five corners on Tuesday night for Tormenta. Again, unable to capitalize on any of them. The 0-0 scoreline. Muller plays back. Williams looks to get it in. The chip towards that back post, but No one there. Phelps was looking at Skelton. Didn't seem to be on the same page, and Avisa just comes up to clean it up. Offside flag raised by Brian Marshall on the near side. The whistle from Joshua Belk halts play for the moment. Vinyals had the overlap from Muller, elects to go the other way with it. Tries to find Micheletto in space, gonna be a long run for the winger. Just barely keeps it in. Chance still alive now for Tormenta. Step over from the Akron man. Into the middle, Jamga can't get to it, cleared away by OCB. Not much doing offensively in the early going for either side. Just 4 shots for Tormenta, 1 of them on target. 1 shot blocked by the wall on a free kick for OCB. Possession, 63% to Tormenta, the same number they had in the first half on Tuesday night. The flag popped here on Williams, surging down that wing. Part of the reason Tormenta started giving up possession in that second half was they changed the style of play a little bit to help preserve those legs. Again, the first 2 matchups, they only had 2 subs in each game. So we saw that possession number dip late. But in the first half on Tuesday, as it is now, 63%, they control. That's how they want to play. Quintero out wide to Tablante. Skelton deals with it, but right back to Tablante. Hoping to keep things on here for OCB on that left foot, and it's out for a corner. First time Tormenta will have to defend a corner this evening against OCB. Milleracey wasn't really happy with how Tormenta defended set pieces in the first matchup against Chattanooga, but says they really cleaned it up on Tuesday night against Richmond, and hopes to continue to build upon that defensive success. Austin Ammer sends the corner in. Rodeas, Rivera, but no harm done. Tablante puts a foot in. 2 players down on the back end. Play continues for the time being, though. Muller looks to play long. Meyer running underneath it. First touch too strong. Micheletto was also out there as well. Might have wanted Meyer to just let that one run. And the whistle now from Belk. Players still down on the back end. Adam Ozeri walking gingerly after that collision. Belk checks in with him, gives the thumbs up. As part of their quarantine bonding, OCB held trivia competitions over Zoom. Questions pertaining to 2019 League One helped familiarize the team with a lot of new faces to the opponents that they'd faced and the challenges out there. And Ozeri actually won it, according to Nevilev. Would not divulge who came in last place and throw that player under the bus. But Ozeri was the winner, and play continues with him now on the field. So after taking that knock, he is good to go. Another heavy challenge here on the near side. Belk wants to talk to Vinyals. Already 1 yellow card against Tormenta this evening. Went against Skelton. Milleracey looks on. No card yielded this time, as we trickle towards the half-hour mark. crafty little first touch, but just a bit too heavy. As the 16-year-old continues to impress in the early going here. He has been over the ball about as much as anybody for this OCB squad in dangerous areas. The captain, Rodas. That's Quintero in the middle and Halliday on the right wing. Rodas once again surveys his options, chips in through towards Rivera. Can't handle the pressure from behind of Phelps. And now back to Hara. Haven't called Hara's name much tonight. Called his name a lot in the early stages of the game Tuesday night because the way Tormenta was possessing the ball, it just kept finding its way all the way back to Hara as they swung around the back. He comes out to retrieve this one, but the flag was up for offside. Nine Tormenta players remain from the squad that faced OCB last year. Just 2 OCB players remain. Shows you how differently both of these teams come into 2020. So much turnover for OCB. A lot of return men for Tormenta. A team with a very well-established pipeline now. A League 2 squad and an academy. And players from that League 2 side and academy have made a few appearances now here for this League 1 squad as both teams now will take their first half water break. Again, part of 2020 with the new protocol and rules. It features a water break in each half. And this first half hydration break is sponsored by Coca-Cola. John Milleracey was very curious to see what he would get out of this OCB opponent and was looking forward to this first hydration break actually to have a chance to reassess and readjust. They have absolutely no film on this OCB squad. They haven't played a game yet in 2020 until now after having the bye week last week. So much turnover, new head coach. He said they were coming into a total unknown. It made for an interesting week of practice where they just had to focus on themselves, make sure they fixed the little things that they needed to clean up after those first 2 performances. And he was very eager to get into this first hydration break so he could start making adjustments. And he looks to be doing that right now on the sideline with his squad. So far in the early going, they have controlled possession 60-40. They have more shots, 5-2. But now he has a half hour to analyze and help his team adjust as they look to get 3 points for the first time this season after draws in each of their first 2 matchups. And on the flip side, Marcelo Nevelev talks to his very young side. He knew that they would have that advantage coming in, the element of surprise with Tormenta not knowing much about them while they had 2 games of tape plus last year to watch for Tormenta again since there are so many returning players. But he said they had to be careful to have that not work against them because when you know a lot about the opponent and they know nothing about you, he said you could kind of fall in the trap of worrying about them too much or you start overlooking the little things that help make you the team that you are. So curious to see what adjustments may come from OCB out of this hydration break. Again, all coaches have seemed to be very happy with these hydration breaks besides the fact that it helps the players take a quick breather, get some much needed hydration, especially here in the sweltering temperatures of South Georgia. They really like the fact that they could use it as sort of a mini halftime within each half to make adjustments as they need. Skelton gets things going after the hydration break, and it's all the way back to Avisa. As the sun goes down here in Georgia. Avisa under pressure and deflected by Meyer. Heavy touch from Avisa, apologizes to his back line. Dangerous moment at the back. 24-year-old Austrian Luca Meyer supplying the pressure. Part of the USL League 2 Best 11 last year, as I mentioned before the hydration break. A lot of League 2 and Academy talent from this Tormenta organization now showing out on this League 1 side. He is one of them. Rivera taken down by Jamga, and Rivera continues to just be well into the middle of the action all around the field for this OCB side. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. It's the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportsamerica.com. Heavy challenge put in from behind there by Ozeri. And now Belk has to step in to break up Obinwa and Karabali. Tormenta plays quick around the back. Turnover. Tablante forced it. Now gets it back on the wing in space. Chance here for OCB. Sliding in to stop that attack though, Reese Williams. Neverleft said this OCB side wanted to impose its will on the opponents, get them to submit to their possession style of play, but in the early going, it's been Orlando who has been taking a backseat to the possession of Tormenta, though they have been employing that counter and pouncing on their opportunities when they've had a chance. Nothing has gotten into Pablo Haro so far, but a couple of warning shots, just those quick turnarounds like you saw there from Tablante into space. Can OCB capitalize on one of those as we near the halftime break here in Statesboro, Georgia? Just 10 to go. Plus stoppage time, of course. Whistle from Belk. Heavy pass there from Muller. Another turnover, but before OCB can break, Phelps is there. 27-year-old out of Australia, Joshua Phelps. They're happy to get him back in the lineup this week. He was injured in one of the last practices before the games were set to start. Missed the first couple games, but a key cog in that defense for Tormenta. Three-time League One Team of the Week back in 2019. As his defensive partner, Muller, gets it back into play. Meyer looks out towards Micheletto. Good first touch. Threads it through. Williams takes a shot, and that's not going to trouble Avisa. Reese Williams, another debutant tonight for the 2020 season. Again, no stranger to League One. 12 starts in 22 games last year for Lansing Ignite. One of his Ignite teammates on the left side of your screen, Pato Boteo Faz, both found their way to Tormenta this year. As Rivera again looked dangerous as he tried to spring the attack, but Tormenta secure at the back. We highlighted this in our Hampton Inn keys to the game, that high pressure from Orlando and that sturdy back line of Tormenta. They've been going at it all night. So far, Tormenta winning out. So Benoit has space, occupying the role normally occupied by Ricardo Gomez tonight. As he gets a breather, is available to come in as a sub. played the full 90 in each of the first 2 outings. Jamga played 0 minutes in the first 2 outings, now finds Micheletto, but he lets it go through. Meyer, top of the box. Always shifty and dangerous around the top of the box. Falls to Pato on his left foot. Back to his right foot, and he chips it over the net. Might have taken a deflection, and it did. There'll be a corner coming up for Tormenta, but first a look at the Island's replay as Mateo Faz had a chance. Coming in at the last moment to deflect that one was Rodas. Sets up another corner kick brought to you by the Sack Company here for Tormenta, their second of the evening. Stefan Muller doing some groundskeeping out there, moving the sign back a bit to give him some more space to whip this corner in. Skelton can't direct it towards goal. Opportunity squandered for Tormenta. Skelton had an open header in the box on Tuesday night, very late in stoppage time. That could have stolen 3 points for Tormenta at the death. It's an Orlando side that has looked very different from the 2019 iteration so far early in this one as Kennedy gives chase. He has been physical through 40 minutes. 18-year-old from Orlando. Again, they view him as that prototypical number 9, standing at 6'2", 170 pounds. Giveaway at the back. But Skelton secure. Tormenta has had a couple of those, and here's another. Tablante. Quintero couldn't get through last time. Tablante can't get through this time, and Micheletto comes away with it. He almost gives it right back to Tablante. Tormenta falling asleep at the back here these last few moments. And now a whistle from Belk as Micheletto and Tablante were in each other's faces, and Tablante has shown the yellow. One card in the books for both teams now, Skelton and Tablante. Skelton for Tormenta, Tablante for OCB. And it is Skelton who is asking for the ball to get this one sent back into play as the fans look on. Local government ordinance allows a limited number of fans for Tormenta in this one. Different rules for different teams around the league based on local official rulings. They've got to enjoy this early 3-game homestand. It means they're going to have quite the trip on the road coming up. They enjoy 3 early home matchups. Hoping to give their fans a win to cheer about tonight after 2 exciting draws to start the year. The first one saw them score in the 91st minute. It was Danny Jackson who was available off the bench tonight. 0-0 in the second matchup against Richmond. Plenty of chances. Jamga hoping to create a chance here as he lays back to Muller and now gets it back, turning his attention up the field. Benoit, Jamga, nice interchange, looking up to Pato, can't get by Caraballi. And Avisa securely off his line to corral it. At the back, a turnover. Caraballi gave it up, pulled on Meyer's jersey, no call. But Tormenta couldn't do anything with it. We've seen that now from both sides. Dangerous giveaways at the back, sloppy, but not able to capitalize as Muller shoves Rivera, and Rivera returns the favor. This one getting chippy here in South Georgia. Another look at this exchange on the Island's replay. Muller on Rivera, the 16-year-old not backing down. Muller laughs it off, but these two teams are starting to get at each other as we near the halftime break. One thing Neverlev said in our conversation this week is that he's got a really hungry, feisty bunch, and it is showing here in the first half for this new look OCB squad. The original foul does set Tormenta up, though, in a position here to whip in a dangerous free kick, as Rivera, after all that, is now shown a yellow card. He joins Tablante in the book for OCB. This OCB squad averaged 2.5 yellow cards per game last year. Already right at that mark with 2 in the first half tonight. Chamga, arms up in the air on the backside, calling for it from Micheletto. Nobody marking him, all the way on top of the box, set to make that run in on the backside. As Muller and Micheletto stand over this one. It is Micheletto towards the penalty spot, floated out there. Chamga can't get to it at the backside. Opportunity gone by the wayside for Tormenta on the service by Micheletto, as we are in the 45th minute here in the first half. Tormenta would like to thank Southern Downs for being the place their players call home. That one last off Micheletto. Rivera looks to get it in quickly. Awaiting the ruling on stoppage time here at Irk Russell Park. 2 minutes.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 2 minutes at a time.
Don't miss a minute of action in 2020. Sign up today and get alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for South Georgia Tormenta FC and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus get reminders on their next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Throw in from Halliday. Rivera shields. But Obinwa wins. Heavy touch, loses it, comes in heavy on that one. Belk rushes in. Another yellow. 4 total, 2 each way here in the first half. 2 in the book for Tormenta, Skelton, and now Obinwa. And it's going to set up a dangerous opportunity here for Orlando in the dying moments of this first half. But it was another sloppy touch at the back that nearly yielded a giveaway for Tormenta. Both teams have had those issues in this first half, where they have been sloppy at their back lines, and nearly it has cost them. They've continued to go by unscathed, both sides, but at some point you get the sense one of those mistakes is going to turn into a goal. OCB wants it to be right now. Tablante stands over this one, as does Amer. It's Tablante, and it's over the bar. Ara gets it back into play. We've reached the 2 minutes of stoppage time. So Belk allows play to continue for now. Maybe one more attack in this for Viñals and Tormenta after the little stoppage after that yellow card. Belk seems content to let this attack play out. Williams up the wing, finds Micheletto. Attacks that back line, nice shifty move in front, and it's just wide from Boteo Faz. He wanted it to be ruled a corner off the deflection, but it's a goal kick. You imagine that will do it here in the first half once Avisa gets it back into play. Belk won't even wait for that. There's the halftime whistle. 0-0 here at the half from Irk Russell Park in Statesboro, Georgia. And we will be back in a moment with the Durrance Lane halftime show right here on ESPN+.
Fans, don't miss out on securing your 2020 Flex tickets. Visit Tormenta FC.
His vehicle for work, but his wife and children. We have a lot of precious cargo that's put into SUVs and things of that nature. We put a lot of pride in making sure that we have something for everybody.
Optum Health System's commitment to you has not changed. unmatched safety and compassionate care. Others may talk about the new normal, but at Optum Health System, we've always provided high-quality, personalized care safely. If you have recently delayed your care, we want to reassure you we are prepared to care for you. Our absolute commitment to safe, high-quality, personalized care is stronger than ever. We welcome you back to Optum Health System.
Advertising can be overwhelming, but with one expert contact for your entire cross-media campaigns, it becomes really simple. We identify exactly the customers you want to reach the most, and then use the latest technology to deliver your message to them wherever they are, optimizing the results of your marketing efforts. Let us be a part of your team and put our resources to work for you. Call today and let us show you what Via Media can do for your business.
The Clubhouse in Statesboro, Southeast Georgia's best place to play. The Clubhouse in Statesboro, where fun is done.
Back here on the Durrance Lane Halftime Show, and look, we haven't figured out time travel just quite yet. But in the event we do, if you were to go back to last weekend's loaded League One slate and change the channel to see every key moment from every game, this is what it would have looked like. The wait was long, but the wait is over. USL League One soccer in 2020 as these two teams begin their inaugural
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
One of the key components of USL clubs establishing reserve teams through the USL Academy League is the strategic alignment of long-term player development efforts. As opposed to the scholastic calendar that traditional youth leagues typically follow, and in an effort to further drive vertical integration, the USL Academy League will be the first pre-professional league to align with the American professional soccer calendar. Clubs will begin the year with a month-long preseason in February, followed by a 9-month regular season split into 3 cycles: spring, summer, and fall, concluding with USL Academy League playoffs before an off-season in December and January. Clubs will be able to move players fluidly through programs at select times throughout the year. These transfer windows strategically line the Youth Network, USL Academy Team, and USL Senior Team even further. For more information, visit usl-academy.com.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
Back here on the Durance Lane halftime show, Joe Malpa here with you on ESPN+. A look around the league with some news and notes. FC Tucson this past week scored late in the game to force the draw early on, and then they had the late victory against Fort Lauderdale. A couple of locals made new debuts at new parks. Chattanooga opened up their stadium today. That game just happened a bit earlier, and then Werner Park christened by Union Omaha. And a look at the player of the week. Second time this season, Jake Keegan scored twice. 2 goals led the way for him. Now 3 on the season, top of the league. A look at that League One format again for this season. 16-game season in 15 weeks. Unless you're Orlando, it's 13 weeks after that early bye. 5 substitutions per team. We might see those late here in this second half. Only the top 2 teams advancing the League One final on October 31st. No playoffs this season, just right to the end. And a look at the scores as they try to vie for those top 2 spots. We have a rain delay going on right now. That is in Omaha. And then Chattanooga got the victory earlier against Tucson. And here is the upcoming schedule for USL League One. A big matchup this week as Richmond and Forward Madison kick off. It's going to be Richmond's home opener this season. Greenville and this Tormenta side will lock horns as well. And we will be back for more of this Durance Lane halftime show with highlights and stats on the other side of this break.
From Kids World Learning Center here in Statesboro, Georgia. Let us take care of all of your child care needs here at Kids World Learning Center, from your infants all the way to your after-schoolers. We also have a summer camp and holiday camp for those older children. And we have our brand new bus for our field trips, for the children to have fun and to learn and to explore new things all around our beautiful county. Thank you for trusting us with your most prized possessions.
Optum Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. Others may talk about the new normal, but at Optum Health System we've always provided high-quality, personalized care safely. If you have recently delayed your care, we want to reassure you we are prepared to care for you. Our absolute commitment to safe, high-quality, personalized care is stronger than ever. We welcome you back to Optum Health System.
Advertising can be overwhelming, but with one expert contact for your entire cross-media campaigns, it becomes really simple. We identify exactly the customers you want to reach the most, and then use the latest technology to deliver your message to them wherever they are, optimizing the results of your marketing efforts. Let us be a part of your team and put our resources to work for you. Call today and let us show you what Via Media can do for your business.
The Durance Lane halftime show rolls on as we're almost ready to begin play once again here in Statesboro, Georgia. 0-0 in the first half. Joe Malfa here with you on ESPN+. A look at the highlights from that first half. That was goalless between these two sides. Not a ton going on, but a couple of opportunities for both sides. Rodas had this free kick early on, blocked by the wall. Tormenta had the better of the chances the rest of the half. This shot from distance from Obinwa, but they didn't have all the chances the rest of the half. Orlando kept the pressure on up top, forced Tormenta to make some mistakes at the back, but neither team able to capitalize. Chance here from Micheletto on the header from distance, but not enough on it. Unhappy with himself after that effort. You could see it in the body language as Avisa was able to gather it easily. Maybe this was the best chance of the half as Meyer came in. Curling shot might have been destined for that low corner before that sprawling save by Avisa. It was a chippy half as well. 4 cards in total. 2 for both sides. Meyer again giving Avisa fits here as he put the pressure on at the back. On the other end, Tablante was the spark plug offensively for OCB, but again, couldn't quite get anything done. Another chance here for Pato Boteo Faz, but it was deflected over the bar by Rodas. Zero is where it stands. Does this game have a goal in it? How many does it have? We're about to find out here at Irk Russell Park. Tormenta in blue. Tormenta in blue going from left to right in this second half. Orlando flips around in the all whites from right to left. And a chance here early on for Tormenta. They wanted a call as Meyer went down there. He couldn't receive that pass in the middle from Pato. The Durance Lane first half stats featured South Georgia Tormenta with 9 total shots, 2 on target. Orlando City B with 2 shots, none on target. As Rivera squirts through there, Obinwa has to make the play. 2 cards for each side. Possession was 62-38 in favor of Tormenta, and they build on that now as they go forward. Micheletto now out wide for Pato. Clattered into by Carabali. Hobbled is Pato right now as he still gives chase. Fans, join us for our Tormenta FC away watch party at Eagle Creek Brewery on August 5th. Their upcoming matchup. That game against Greenville Triumph, currently sitting atop the table in League One. You can find it all right here on ESPN+, or you can go watch it out there with them at Eagle Creek Brewery. Inyals tries to beat Rodas down the wing. The big Colombian center back does a tremendous job shielding. The captain for this OCB squad, Marcelo Nevelef, very happy to have the Colombian in that back line. Believes he brings a toughness and a great mindset to the game, sees the field really well, has things sorted out at the back. It could help them going forward as well. He took a free kick, as you saw in the first half highlights, and he was in the mix on a corner to get his head to it. got it up to Tablante. Under heavy pressure by 3 players. High pressure from Tormenta, not giving this OCB backline any time or space right now. Force them to just go up the pitch. Nice little turn from Ozeri. Rivera can't get his cross in. Skelton on a yellow card, did well to block that. It's Skelton and Obinwa, 2 of the defensive players in the middle for Tormenta who have those yellows, of which they need to be mindful. Rivera on the ball now has one of the yellows for OCB. Moises Tablante has the other. O'Callahan back out to Rivera. Meyer puts in a perfect challenge. O'Callahan gets it back. Tablante with him, he keeps it himself. To Quintero. Tablante had space, but it was because he was offside. Flag up from Osmin Hernandez. Pablo Jara brings it back in to get it back in play. Meyer dropping a bit further back from the position we saw him start the match, but he's pushing forward now. Viñals splits 2 defenders, still on the run for Tormenta, pushing forward. Pato lets it go for Meyer, and the shot is saved by Avisa. Meyer had to react very quickly after Pato let it run by on the Island's replay. Couldn't quite hit that shot the way he intended. And Avisa able to make his 3rd save of the match. Another giveaway from the back line. That was a theme in the first half. From both sides. It's Orlando who gives it away now. Slashing run from Meyer, but he's dispossessed by Caraballi. Tablante sticks with it, gets past Williams, gets it up towards Kennedy. Flag stays down, in space. The 18-year-old striker into the box now, gives it up to Rivera, shot over the bar. Did take a deflection from Phelps sliding into it. And an early corner here in the second half for OCB. Corner whipped in. Out to the top, shot goes wide. That was the second corner of the night for OCB. Tried something off the training ground. Didn't quite work out the way it was intended. As both teams still search for that opening goal. Tormenta searched and searched for it on Tuesday, as did Richmond. It never came for either side. OCB, well, they haven't even gotten a search party going this year. Again, this is their debut in 2020 after having the bye last week. As Williams is playing into space, perfect slide tackle by Callahan. A sliding clinic now from both sides as Viñals puts his name in the hat. Up the wing, Halliday. Centering ball was met by no white jersey. Game opening up a bit for both sides. Meyer chips it forward. Pato, 3-on-2 here if Tormenta goes. Micheletto in space, all alone in the box. Marco Micheletto, the shot is saved by Avisa. Biggest save of the game for the 23-year-old, and there's a player down. It's Obinwa, took a hard hit from behind. As Joshua Belk waves on the training staff. Obinwa says he's fine. Belk wants him looked at because it was a blow to the head. A look now at that replay of the Micheletto opportunity on the Island's replay. Hit it first time. Avisa made himself big coming off of his line very confidently, putting on display why Orlando City had the confidence to take him 44th overall in this year's draft. Milaresi looks on concerned as Obinwa is tested out by the training staff. Wasn't sure if Belk got the foul there or if he was just blowing it dead because it was a blow to the head that needed to get checked out, but he did have the foul. And sets up a free kick for Tormenta. Marcelo Nevelef said this team had to keep an eye on Micheletto. His first opportunity was thwarted, and this one from distance, saved by Avisa, rebound, and it finds the back of the net. Finger wagging on both sides. Skelton is called offside. Finger wags from both sides there. Avisa waving off the goal, Skelton waving off the AR, and he is not happy about that, to say the least. Myers' shot from distance on the Island's replay seemed to catch Avisa by surprise, left a big rebound, got a paw to it before it deflected off Skelton and in, but Skelton did not time his run, was offside, and now OCB the other way. Shot from distance attempted by Quintero. In space now for Amer, gets it to Tablante. Pace of this game has really picked up. Good challenge put in by Williams. End-to-end action now. Nothing of what we saw in the first half. Pato making the run in the middle, waiting for a pass from Viñals. That never comes. He goes wide instead. Overlapping run. Finds Muller. Shot from distance, off the bar and in! Tormenta breaks the deadlock. It's Neil Viñals. Highlight reel goal from the Spaniard. Keep an eye on that one when the goal of the week voting comes around in USL League One. Another look at that one on the Island's replay. Up and over Avisa, off the bar and in. Goal brought to you by Durance Lane as Neil Viñals in the 57th minute has a moment of brilliance that puts Tormenta on top. This game has taken on a completely different identity in the first 10 minutes of this second half. And it's Tormenta able to capitalize on the open end-to-end action. Viñals says he grew up modeling his game after Andres Iniesta and channeling the inner Iniesta that he has in him. From one Spaniard to another. Perfect shot, perfect goal, and Tormenta now on top. Heavy touch from Hara. Kennedy gives chase, forces Hara to send it up the field. Chip up towards Meyer. Carabali heads it for the moment. Meyer spins. Can't get it to Pato or Micheletto. This is Tormenta's first lead since the first half of game 1. The goal scorer, Viñals, goes out wide. Back in the middle, Pato can't get a foot to it. The fans were waiting for a moment to erupt that never came on Tuesday night in the goalless draw against Richmond. And that pent-up emotion finally able to release it on that thing of beauty from Neil Viñals. How can OCB respond? Through ball. Couldn't quite get it to Quintero. Benoit is down on the backside for Tormenta. Marcelo Nevelev, head coach of OCB, said he wanted to learn a lot about his team tonight. He was a little bummed out with the scheduling as far as not having a chance to get out on the field until an extra week into the season. Just meant that much more pent-up energy and excitement for this one. And again, very curious to learn a lot of things about his team. A lot of new faces, some familiar to him because he was in charge of the academy last year. And one of the things he was curious to find out is how his team would respond to adversity. And as we tick towards the hour mark here at Eric Russell Park, it is adversity they are dealing with after falling behind 1-0 on the strike from Neil Viñals. Benoit being tended to by his goalkeeper, Pablo Jara, as well as the training staff. Three-year-old out of Columbus, Ohio, making his way to the sideline as substitutions are coming for both sides. I didn't get quite a look at the board, but I believe it was Obinwa who is actually going to come out of this one for that man, Ricardo Gomez. Gomez wastes no time to get his first touch on the ball, played 90 in each of the first two matchups. Does look like he did come in for Obinwa. We'll get to you the Orlando sub in a moment. Looked like they brought one on as well. Forward here, a chance for Pato. Dribbles by Avisa, but he pokes it away with his foot, still loose. And now it's whistled for a foul against Pato. Tormenta pleading their case that the ball was not in Avisa's possession as Pato came flying down the wing. Tremendous job by Avisa on the scramble to put his body in there. Maybe didn't have possession, but Pato did get a big piece of Avisa as he came tumbling in there on the Island's replay.
Substitution for Tormenta. Coming on, number 6, Ricardo Gomez. For number 12, Abuchi Obinwa.
There is your confirmation of the Gomez for Obinwa swap. Big collision here in the middle of the park. Puts Williams on the ground, but no call from Belk. And Tormenta carries on. Through the middle, Jamga taken down. Rodas calling for a sub here. He's signaling to the bench for a substitution as Carabali is on the ground. The two players who came in for OCB were Jonathan Rosales and Juan Pablo Monticelli. May have to expend a third substitution here after seeing Rodas signal to the bench to get a sub ready as Cannavali hobbles towards the sideline with the help of the athletic trainer. Jelaine Forbes checks in. Will tuck into that back line for OCB. Free kick launched forward. Avisa makes the grab.
Coming on, number 73, Jelaine Forbes. For number 47, Franklin Carbali.
Three subs gone for Orlando, one for Tormenta, as OCB looks to come back after that goal scored by Neil Vignals in the 57th minute. A goal you'll be seeing probably many more times this week. Micheletto in space, looking to add onto it for Tormenta. Still with it after he dodges a tackle. Laid off for Vignals. Can lightning strike twice? The shot saved by Avisa this time. Late flag up against Pato for offside as he came in looking for that rebound. It was Austin Amer and Julian Kennedy who came out on those first two substitutions for OCB. That saw Monticelli and Rosales come in. Some housekeeping for you. Forbes, first touches of the match. Flag goes up on him. Remember, 5 substitutions aside this season. So though OCB has made 3, they still do have 2 more. 4 more at the disposal of John Milleracey. Very curious to see how he uses them. We have no really background on how he might use the 5 subs because this is the first time he has had that many available. First 2 matchups, he only had 2 bench players. Again, a slew of injuries and COVID-19 quarantines after contact tracing, after a couple of positive tests in the organization. So this is the first time he has a full bench. We saw one of those subs getting up and ready to come in. Danny Jackson scored in the first matchup to tie things up at 2 in stoppage time against Chattanooga, earning that first draw for Tormenta. They used him as a right back in the first 2, though he is a forward by trade, thrust into that right back role because the team was very limited and in need of depth. Micheletto to the front and nobody there to get onto the end of it for Tormenta. Meyer presses back, Micheletto wins it, only for a moment. Monticelli looks forward to Quintero. Tablante tucking into a more central role now for Orlando as Ossetti looks for an option out wide. Might have been a handball. Belk waves it off. Meyer can't touch it past O'Callahan, and Forbes with it on the wing. First touches that count after he was offsides the first time. Quintero to the middle, the shot, and it's wide. Best chance of the second half so far for OCB, as Tablante was open at the spot. Couldn't quite hit the first time, shot perfectly, and Hara not forced to make the save. Hara has still yet to be tested with a shot on target. 5 total shots for OCB, make that 6. But none have threatened Hara. Back to the action after a brief stoppage.
Substitution for Tormenta. Coming on, number 11, Daniel Jackson, replacing number 2, Reese Williams.
Danny Jackson just checked in for Reese Williams. Now it's Meyer up top in space. A shot from the top of the box. Beats Avisa. It's that man again, Neil Vinyals. Doubles his tally, doubles the lead. And in the 70th minute, Tormenta in control, up 2-0 on the visiting OCB. Look at the Islands replay, and Neil Vinyals might be competing with himself in the early going here for goal of the week in League One. First time shot outside the box, top of the box, beats Austin Avisa, and that will get the fans in a good mood behind the goal. That goal brought to you by Durance Lane, as Neil Vinyals, spending his 4th season in the Tormenta organization, has himself a pair of goals. Tormenta FC would like to thank the Vault for being the place their players call home. That one's sent out in search of Meyer. First 2-goal lead of the season for Tormenta. John Milleracey very happy on the sideline. He was very happy with the attacking output of his team through those first 2 draws. Very happy with the quantity, I should say. A bit disappointed in the quality as far as not converting the opportunities they've had. But he's felt that every time his team went forward, they were a threat to score a goal. A lot of dangerous pieces up top. And Vinyals has made those opportunities count tonight. Scooped forward by Rodas. He chests it back down now. Meyer pokes it back. O'Callahan the switch out wide, looking for Forbes. Takes it nicely on his chest, tries a little nutmeg there against Jackson, but he knocks it out for a throw. Flag goes up on Forbes on the near sideline. Fans follow Tormenta FC and the rest of USL League One all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the nearly 8 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Hara launches forward. Goal kicks and a couple of passes at the back, all he's had to deal with tonight. Still no shot on goal from Orlando. Possession favors Tormenta as well, 62-38. 15 shots to 6, 8 shots on target to none, and most importantly, 2 goals to none. As we approach just a quarter hour remaining here at Irk Russell Park. Joe Malva here with you on ESPN Plus this evening. So is Marco Micheletto in some space down the wing for Tormenta. Vinyals sitting on a hat trick, turns and plays wide to Micheletto. Micheletto splits the wickets, but Vinyals can't get onto it before the slide tackle puts it out. Danny Jackson set to throw this one in. Seen a couple of long throws from him so far on Tuesday night. This one moderate distance. To the top of the box. Meyer has a go. High and wide. The USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows clubs across the USL to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together top local youth talent. Following the success of first Academy Cup events, clubs can now apply to participate in the USL Academy League kicking off in spring of 2021. For more information, visit usl-academy.com or search hashtag USL Academy on social media. This one sent all the way down now for a corner for OCB. Seems like we are getting a substitution waved on in the meantime. Wilfredo Rivera jogging towards the sideline, now turning back. He seems confused. OCB trying to sort out these subs. We've seen three players try to turn and go towards the sideline, then turn back. As play is still halted. And for now, we'll just continue with the corner. Quarter hour to go. Down 2. Into the middle of the box, headed up. Hara comes up to make the catch. A whistle here from Belk. Monticelli got in the mix there. Hara down on the ground. Belk wants to talk to Monticelli. A look at that on the Islands replay. Hara just took a knock from Monticelli. To his knees now, having a word with Joshua Belk. Pablo Hara will be happy to have very quiet nights like tonight, in which he has yet to spring into action to make a save. Started all 28 matches last year, tied for 5th in the league with 65 saves. And we will be taking our second half hydration break right here as well. Perhaps Belk wanted to hold off on those substitutions from OCB and allow them to take place now during the hydration break. Wilfredo Rivera will be coming out, I'm told.
Substitutions for
Alexander Gluvachevich coming in.
6, Theodore Nj replacing number 57, Adam Oziri.
Teddy J coming in as well for OCB.
Alexander Gluvachevich replacing number 67, Moises Tablante.
Teddy J, an 18-year-old out of Baltimore, Maryland. Gluvachevich, 22-year-old. Midfielder right there checking in
Coming on, number 21,
for OCB.
Arslan, replacing number 16, Devin Jonga.
Chad Arslan checking in for Devin Jamga for Tormenta. So a wave of substitutions during that hydration break. Moises Tablante was announced to be one of the substitutions coming out, but he is still in there on the near side, putting a challenge there. As Mikey Rowe is getting set to check in at some point for Tormenta. He was up on the sideline talking to Milleracey, now walking back down the other way. And it looks like he's putting the warm-up suit back on, so scratch that impending substitution for Tormenta. He was up and ready next to Milleracey, talking to him and the assistant coach. Back to the action, Meyer finds Gomez in some space. Just misses getting on the end of that 50-50 ball. Meyer has been so good at that tonight and in the early going of this season, being the first man to 50-50 balls. Adam Oseri was announced as the sub coming out then instead of Tablante at the last moment. So it's Oseri out for Teddy J. Wilfredo Rivera out for Alexander Luvacevic. Through ball to Pato. In space, on his right foot. Shot is deflected. Second shot gets by Avisa and the post. No deflection awarded initially. Now Joshua Bell changes his mind after talking to his AR. It'll be a corner coming up for Tormenta, presented to you by the Sack Company. Man down for OCB. Advanced Chiropractics is the official chiropractor of Tormenta FC. As Nick O'Callahan is up and walking towards the sideline for OCB. Just under 10 to go here of the 90. Tormenta seemingly cruising their way towards their first victory of the season to wrap up this 3-game homestand. Corner whipped in by Muller. Dangerous area, headed clear for the moment. Ball still loose, shouts for a handball. Belk waves it off immediately. Luvacevic springs it forward. Watches it taken the other way now by Arslan. As O'Callahan is waved back onto the pitch by Belk. Every game, every point, all the more important in a shortened 16-game season. Would be a big 3 for Tormenta to pick up. Would mean that through their first 3 matches, they're taking points from them all. Draw, and now about 10 to a dozen minutes, give or take, based on stoppage time, away from earning 3 here tonight. And if OCB has anything to say about it, though, in the final moments as they try to push forward. Player taken down on the wing was Arslan. Welcome to the game after just subbing in. As it stands now, a victory here would vault Tormenta up to second place, just behind Greenville Triumph. And that is who Tormenta will play next on Wednesday, August 5th. A road trip to Greenville. Would be a battle for first place, potentially, in the very early stages of this season. Again, not totally even. Not everybody's played 3 games yet. But you have to start watching the table earlier than you would have last year, because it will be over before you know it. We are at August 1st today. The championship will be on Halloween. Again, no postseason. Top 2 teams vie for the title on Halloween. Heavy touch from O'Callahan. As he tries to salvage this now, gives it away to Arslan. Ricardo Gomez looking to spring another attack. Tormenta hoping to put this one away. Meyer can't get it through to Arslan. Luvacevic out wide, Tablante. Back through. Gets it to Quintero, but he can't do anything with it, and Skelton able to go away with it. Nicoletto has space. Vinyals. Out to Nicoletto. Inside, Meyer on his left foot, has it go, curling to the back post, save for the moment. Arslan on it. Avisa came up with a big save, got his right paw to it. Still in the mixer. Back to Meyer, second chance here, right-footed shot, blocked. O'Callahan takes that one in the chest. Still down. Arslan continues, and now Belk will blow the whistle to stop it. Two chances in this exchange from Meyer. The first, that curling shot, angling for the back post before Avisa can make the save there on the Island's replay. His second, a right-footed blast that has left O'Callahan on the ground double over. Callahan, the 57th overall pick in this most recent draft. Started all 18 games last year at FIU. 23-year-old out of Winter Springs. Select is the official ball sponsor of the USL, and it might have left an imprint on O'Callahan's chest after that shot as he jogs towards the sideline now. Tormenta will get it set back in play by sending it to the back and building up once again as we inch towards the 90th minute. Vinyals, 2 goals already, sitting on that hat trick. Up to Pato, right-footed shot. Avisa could do nothing but watch and hope it went wide, and it did. This attack early in the season for Tormenta has looked deadly. Didn't yield a goal on Tuesday night against Richmond. They did have 18 shots, though. And Akira Fitzgerald, the goalkeeper for Richmond, had a tremendous performance to keep it a 0-0 draw. But 2 goals in their first matchup, 2 here, and now they're finally at full strength as Meyer tries to catch Avisa napping off his line. This is the first time we've seen Tormenta at full strength, and they look good up top tonight. Now up to 20 total shots, 9 on target, and 2 rippling the back of the net. Both from Neil Vinyals. who's making quite the statement tonight. Danny Jackson in some space, a converted right back who has had tremendous success there through 3 games this year. A forward by trade, now in some more comfortable territory going forward. Vinyals on that hat trick, lays it out wide to Arslan. Gets it back to Vinyals. Not on the same page there. As Muller ranged forward. Just knocked out now by O'Callahan. Out wide, Arslan. Flag goes up. Offside. In the 90th minute now in South Georgia. Tormenta fans have to be happy with what they saw tonight, as they send their team off onto a little road trip now after enjoying 3 early games at home. Schedule does them no favors. A midweek game once again. But finally at full strength, Milleracey ready to embrace that challenge now with a full bench. Said they can't obviously make any complaints about it. Have to be glad they're just playing soccer, and always knew that there'd be quick turnarounds in a shortened season. The clock ticks to 90. We are in the Southern Downs stoppage time here at Irk Russell Park. 7 minutes up on the board. Have had a handful of injuries here in the second half, as well as 2 goals. 7 minutes for OCB to try to pull a point back somehow. They range forward with Tablante. Has a man on the wing, gets it to him, it's Forbes. Deflected out for a corner. Chance here for Orlando. When these teams met for the first time last year, it was Tormenta who scored a very late goal in the 94th minute to earn the draw. OCB would need 2 of them here, but it starts with 1 towards the back post. Headed out for a goal kick. That one will not come here. Pablo Jara yet to make a save tonight, hoping it stays that way. A nice easy day at the office for him as he ranges out to grab the ball for this goal kick. Just 7 total shots for OCB, none of them on target. Their best chance came early in this second half. Tablante was open at the penalty spot. Had a chance at a first-time shot from across from his teammate on the left flank. Just scuffed it wide of the post. Forbes knocks it out. Danny Jackson, the wily 31-year-old veteran, in no hurry to get this one back in. Spent last year with the Richmond Kickers, making a very good early impression this year for Milleracey and the Tormenta. Great first touch by Muller. Takes it down. Vinyals, long ball, Pato, acres of space. Flag stays down, going to goal. Across, can't get it in. Arslan still loose. Meyer couldn't get a foot to it. Going out towards the corner. And a shove is going to get called against Arslan for the foul. But Pato has done a tremendous job tonight of timing his runs. On a handful of occasions now, he had been in tremendous space where you almost anticipated the flag coming up, because there's no way he could have timed his run that well, could he have? But he could have, and he did. Still waiting to get on the score sheet this season so far, Pato, after 7 last year for Lansing. One of 2 Lansing players, again, that this Tormenta side scooped up, the other being Reese Williams, who made the start tonight before he gave way for Danny Jackson. Another player making his first start again here in 2020 is Phelps, who just knocked that one out for the throw, the 27-year-old Australian. Three and a half gone of the 7 to be added. And Hara, no problem with that. Aside from going to grab the ball for a goal kick, he's only twice had to even put his hands on it tonight, coming off his line to gather across. Gomez draws the foul in the middle. Milleracey had a lot of praise for Gomez in our call this week. The offense and the defense, he believes, start with him. He is that conduit between the back line and the team going forward. The ideal number 6 central defensive midfielder for John Milleracey. Three to go. Tormenta just in cruise control now. They're going to close this game with nearly 62% of the possession. Again, that's what they had in the first half on Tuesday against Richmond, but just because they didn't have bodies, they had to let up in the second half, and that number fell to 55%. But able to keep that same dominant possession mark throughout tonight, as they found alleyways all around this OCB defense. Two to go at Eric Russell Park. Again, a couple of injuries in this second half, as well as a pair of goals. Making that 7-minute mark the call from the 4th official, Joe Sachowski, this evening. Rosales down the wing. Haven't really called his name since he subbed on around that hydration break. Just 3 subs used by Tormenta, all 5 by OCB. Nicoletto whips this one across. Pato lashes onto it. Vignal's in front, still sitting on that hat trick. Arslan takes the shot, deflected out. It'll be a corner for Tormenta. Curious to see what they do with it. They can elect to just play it short in the corner and run the last minute off the clock. Or they could try to put one more in. Again, never too early this year to be thinking about the table at the end where a goal differential could come into play. But it looks like they're going to elect to just run this one out. Meyer, Micheletto down there. They want to make sure that they have their 10 yards on the corner, and now Micheletto will hold on to it. Scoop forward to Meyer. Maybe they do have intentions to go for a goal. Meyer's shot blocked. 30 seconds to go. And now Phelps will just play it back. They go forward. Jackson. Vignals, though, offside. OCB will hurry, but they've only got 15 seconds to go from the awarded 7, and they're down 2 goals. As they will fall in their 2020 debut, while Tormenta will pick up their first victory of the season. The whistle from Joshua Belk, 3 points added to the mark for Tormenta. That brings them to 5 and sole possession of second place for the moment. Your final score, 2 for Tormenta, 0 for OCB. Both scored by Neil Vignals. Final score brought to you by Hampton Inn. And that man, Neil Vignals, who got those 2 goals, is your man of the match this evening, brought to you by Renaissance Bank. When you score 2 goals in a 2-0 victory, the choice is very easy for the man of the match, and they will both be in the running for USL League One Goal of the Week this week. 2 beauties scored by Neil Vignals, and in fact, one of them is our play of the match, brought to you by Kelly Tours. Let's take a look at that one. It's his first goal of the game, and Just no words to describe that one. He saw Avisa from a distance, decided to just pull up, hit a perfect shot over Avisa, under the crossbar, just kissing that crossbar and going down. Breaks the 0-0 deadlock. He would go on to add another. Tormenta would win 2-0 here this evening at Russell Park. And we'll be back in a moment with final stats and highlights here on ESPN+. Stick with us.
Statesboro, Georgia. Let us take care of all of your child care needs here at
Kids World Learning Center, from your infants all the way to your after-schoolers. We also have a summer camp and holiday camp for those older children. And we have our brand new bus for our field trips, for the children to have fun and to learn and to explore new things all around our beautiful county. Thank you for trusting us with your most prized possessions.
The farmer uses his vehicle for work, but his wife and children, we have a lot of precious cargo that's put into SUVs and things of that nature. We put a lot of pride in making sure that we have something for everybody.
Are you suffering from hip or knee pain? Don't let the pain hold you back. The region's most experienced robotic joint replacement team at Optum Health System offers an individually tailored approach that is more precise and creates smaller incisions. For you, that can mean a faster recovery with less pain. Your comeback starts here. Call today to find out if robotic-assisted joint replacement is right for you.
Joe Malfa back with you here on ESPN+. Neil Vinyals, again, your man of the match. Brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Let's take a look at the defensive play of the match in this 2-0 victory for South Georgia Tormenta. It came on this corner kick. Pablo Jara, that was really the only thing he had to do tonight. Charging off his line to get this header off the corner kick. Brought to you by Bullock Broadband. Took a knock, was on the ground injured a little bit, but otherwise a very clean, easy day at the office for Pablo Jara. Did not face a single shot on goal. And now we will take a look at the full-time highlights in a game that was won by Neil Vinyals. Two incredible goals for Tormenta. We start in the first half. Luca Meyer, best chance of the first half with this shot curling towards the back post. Then in the second half, that's when the goals came. After this shot from Meyer, again, he did not get on the score sheet, only Vinyals did, but he was buzzing the whole night. Beautiful slide tackle here by O'Callahan. A couple of nice defensive plays at the back for OCB. This was one of them. Great save by Avisa on Micheletto, but here's that goal. Nothing Avisa can do about it. Perfect shot from Vinyals, up and over, bar down, 1-0. Gets the love from his teammates, the 23-year-old Spaniard, but he wasn't done. More from him in a moment. That shot saved by Avisa from Vinyals, and here is that second goal. First time shot outside the box, beats Avisa to the corner, perfectly placed shot, and he just had himself a tremendous night, very deserving of the man of the match. Might be in the running for player of the week as well for USL when it's all said and done. Again, this was really the only thing Jara had to do tonight, coming off his line to gather this header on the corner after he made two incredible saves on Tuesday night against Richmond. Happy to not have to make any tonight. And we take a look now at the full-time stats. 2-0, Tormenta wins it. Very, very lopsided in the shots, 26-8, even more so in shots on target, 10-0. Possession, everything in favor of Tormenta. A thoroughly dominant performance this evening against OCB as they put 3 points on the board and go to second place in the league. On a beautiful night in Statesboro, Georgia at Russell Park. South Georgia Tormenta 2, OCB none. As Tormenta wraps up a 3-game homestand to start the season, they will visit Greenville Triumph next. Bolty Ibis was very happy with what he saw tonight as Tormenta gave the home fans something to cheer about. An incredible performance all around. For my crew here at ESPN+, I'm Joe Malfa. Thank you for tuning in this evening. 2-0, Tormenta wins it, putting 3 points on the table in OCB's debut of the 2020 season, as they look to get back on track and right the ship from last year's bottom of the table finish. Back with more action throughout the night on ESPN Plus here in USL League One.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League,
nights like tonight,
retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League, League One.